sunshines. How are you all doing today? I really hope that you all are doing well, and I hope that you guys are having a really nice morning today, or a really nice afternoon, or a wonderful evening, or wonderful relaxing nighttime tonight, depending on what time of the day it is that you guys are watching this ASMR video. This video is going to be an ASMR So With Me video. An ASMR So With Me. By the way, my microphone is off camera, like right about there. So that's why I'm like kind of trying to maneuver my voice kind of more this way. Also, I do apologize with the lighting right now. There's like no place to plug in my ring light right now, so I'm sorry that the lighting looks really bad. There's going to be some parts that are voiced over. In this video, what I did was I filmed some clips of me sewing a skirt using a vintage sewing pattern from 1969 that I thrifted at Goodwill. So this is what the pattern envelope looks like. But anyway, so this is Simplicity. 8306. This is for a children's pattern. This is a child size 12, a vintage child size 12. This is for a breast 30, a waist 25.5 inches, and I'm reading the back of this to figure out how much the hip measurements are, because I forgot already. This is the hip measurements for this for the girl's child size 12 is a size 32 inches. So obviously I'm not a child, and even when I was this age, when I was like 10 to 12 years old, I was not, probably not anyway, most measurements, because I've always been kind of like bigger. I am curvy because I wear mid-size modern day clothing. I wear a size small to large in tops, depending on the brand, and a size medium to extra large in like sweatshorts and sweatpants, and a size 14 in jeans. So that just gives you guys an idea of what I had to work with based off of my measurements. There's always a process that I do to what is called grading a pattern to make it bigger to fit me. This side, you can see it better, the pictures of the different variations of what you can make with that pattern on the instructions. So you can make a jumper with it. You can make 3 different skirts as well. The skirt I personally made was view 1, which is this one right here, just a nice plain simple skirt. View 2 is just a little bit longer than view 1, so it's like a little longer but still kind of simple at the same time. View 3 has some panels on it, so there's like panels like all the way around. So for fabric, this is what I used. This is basically all that's left of it, of the fabric. This is thrifted from Salvation Army. This was such a great deal for this top sheet. This is a bed sheet. It's very vintage looking. I love it. I thought I could use it for like any of my vintage projects, so that's why I got it. I knew it'd be perfect for that. But this was like $2 for this top sheet, so such a steal. And obviously I'm going to show you guys the results of what the skirt looks like at the end of this video, but just so that way you guys can see a little glimpse of what it looks like, I am going to like tilt my phone so you guys can see the skirt just for a brief moment. Don't mind my messy floor. This is where I sew, and it's kind of messy at the moment. But here's the skirt, and I think it looks so cute. I did use blue thread to sew this, which I know you're not supposed to use like drastically different color thread for projects, but I did not mind because I just didn't really have any color thread at the moment actually that would match the color of the skirt. Like I didn't have enough white, didn't have any cream color thread or anything like that, so I went with what I had the most of, all my color threads, which is blue. But I figured it kind of goes with it in a bold way, of course, because there's some blue on the fabric, so I figured it might work. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video, and I'll show you guys how I sewed and everything, and the process of how I made this child size vintage skirt into the adult version.
So the very first thing that I do when getting ready to sew a project is I look at the pattern measurements on the back of the pattern envelope for that particular project's size, and I write down my measurements and the pattern measurements on a piece of paper and then do some math, so that way I can figure out how much I need to add to my project. That way the clothing will be able to fit me. So I took a measuring tape ruler and a straight edge ruler, as you can see from these parts of this clip right here, and I added, I think, like 7.5 inches to the skirt, so that way it would fit me, in addition to the length that the skirt already was across for the waist part. And then I slid over the pattern piece for the skirt, so that way I could have a complete look for the skirt. So that way it would be like a full shape, if that makes sense. Anyway, so as you can see, then I cut out the skirt piece, and as you can see, you can kind of like, if you look close, you can see the pencil marks that I drew for the parts that I added onto the skirt where I was cutting. So that's how much I added onto it. But anyway, then that's when I started to sew the skirt together on both sides, right sides together. And right sides together means when you are sewing two pieces of fabric together, that will eventually end up being what I call the pretty side. And the pretty side is basically the side that people are going to see when you wear the garment, if it's clothing, or if it's not clothing, then for me, like a purse or something, people are still going to see it. So yeah, it's basically just the side that people are going to see. And then here I am just putting the elastic into the skirt. I did not film the process of me making that channel for the elastic, but I did film this part, so you can at least see that. Then I tried on the skirt to see if it would fit me. I was very happy with the way it fit. So then here I was hemming the skirt. So I took a pencil after I rolled up for the length of where I wanted to be. Like I said, I took a pencil and I carefully marked some dotted lines of where I would like the skirt to be hemmed for the next steps that you are going to be seeing. So this is me with the next step for hemming the skirt. So I took my straight edge ruler and I connected the dotted lines together in like a more straighter line all the way across. And I will confess that during this part of the project where I was working on is pretty good, so it would be even. That makes me happy. So like the only thing I'm not proud of, like I said, is the fact that the hem isn't that totally even, but that's fine. It's just one little thing. As long as I'm overall happy with something, with the project I'm working on, then that's obviously a good thing. So here, I'm just pinning down the fabric so I can hem it, and I rolled up the fabric to the dotted line that you had seen me draw in the clip before this. So then I flipped the skirt over so I could do that process over again. So I could fold over the fabric to that dotted line and then pin it down once again. And fun fact, my grandmother made that pin cushion, the pink heart-shaped pin cushion. So I think that's pretty cool. She passed away a few years ago. She loved to sew. Both of my grandmothers loved to sew. But yeah, so I got a lot of both of my grandmother's sewing supplies and everything after they passed, which I think is amazing. But anyway, that's me sewing down the hem for the skirt, and I think it went pretty well here. And hi guys, I forgot that I waved hi to you guys in that little part of the video. But anyways, yeah, then I was sticking out some pins along the way. And then there you go. So there is the skirt. It is all complete. In this little clip. I love how flowy the skirt is. It's very light and airy, which makes sense because it is made of thrifted, or a thrifted top sheet, bed sheet. I styled